How we doing, folks? Hope you're well. Um, I'm back from Le Mans, and I'm hoping you guys have my audio. Can we run the Can we run the intro again? Just try it out. That's weird. Strange things going on. How are we doing? Are we well? Hey, Xavier. I can hear myself again. You have to be able to fix this. Radio check 1 2. Let's go to live stream. Ronan Racing, can you hear me okay? Can I get a radio check from Ronan Racing? Check. Good. That works. I don't know what's going on with Windows and the Good, loud and clear. Hey, Big Tiny Racer, how's it going? How's the shed? I don't know what's going on. I need to try and figure out what's going on with Windows. That it constantly wants to take over my microphone, which is annoying. Leave my microphone alone. Lee Pies! Lee Pies is here. How we doing? We all good? AJ's here. The usual reprobates. We do a bit of racing at Watkins Glen in the Cup car. Yo, yo. What's the crack? Hey, Tony, hope you're well. You just had the motor cleaned. You didn't clean the motor, you just had the motor cleaned. There's your first sin. Is it not? What color is it? What color is it, AJ? Mark 11's here. All the usuals are joining. Howdy, happy Monday. Last day of week 13, thank God. You just got the sheds to go up with. You get it valeted because you're too lazy. Mountain grey. Not just grey, mountain grey. Is that like Brokeback Mountain grey? Grey. I mean, grey, not gay. Grey. Grey. Did I say gay or did I say grey? Morning, Charlie. Hope you're well. You're up early, Ronan. You got the day off. We should have a walking sled set up, shouldn't we? How was Le Mans? It was hot. It was really hot. Le Mans was hot. I didn't say you were. I didn't say you were. Tiny Turnip, how's it going? Good morning. Hope you're well. How you getting on? Yeah, Le Mans was good. You got a little sim upgrade for your birthday. What sim upgrade did you get? I got a little sim upgrade. Did I tell you about that? Had your last exam today. Cool, man. All good for the summer now. What are you going to see, Brands Hatcher? Are you going for track day? Hey, Jerry, I did have a great weekend. I'm glad to be back, though. If I'm honest with you, I'm glad to be back. You go to Silverstone tomorrow. Cool. What's on at Silverstone tomorrow? Supercar driver. The super secret mega meetup that no one talks about. Was there races on? Oh, Brands Hatch. Evil Tech, how's it going? Hope you're well. Yeah, supercar driver. The super secret supercar driver meeting that they tell everyone about. Well done, boys. That's the way to do it. What no one talks about, that everyone knows about. I need to get a hard drive out of my bag. Can you bear with me 1 second? Give me 2 seconds. I'm doing the 6 hour. Oh, I'm thinking about doing the 6 hours at the Glen. When's the 6 hours at the Glen? Give me 2 seconds to get a hard drive. Hang on. You got a Ryzen 9850X 3D, new motherboard. Holy crap! Happy anniversary, Evil Tech. You got a Ryzen 98. Give me that again, because I missed that. You got a Ryzen 9800X3D, 32 gig of RAM, and a new motherboard. Just a small upgrade. What'd you do? Rob a store? Do I know? I didn't know Apex. Well, I only found out recently Apex had a C63, but he told me he was going to sell it. His is a 17, wasn't it? Or was his a 15? Can you guys see this? Let's just see if you can see it. Hang on a second. Where's my This is all I got. Yeah, mine's a loud one. You do have, well, I would argue that I've got the most supportive wife ever. If he doesn't miss it, he wasn't driving it properly, AJ. As simple as that. Or he's in denial. Let's put it this way. I'm never selling mine. I've had it since new. I'm never selling it. He wasn't driving it properly. What it comes down to, right? He's got kids, hasn't he? See if we have a... I don't think we have a setup for this. Do you know what? I wouldn't recommend Sports Plus on the road. Especially in the shocks. You'll pop the shocks. You don't even need it. Yeah, you can open the valves, though. You can open the valves without going Sports Plus. What screens are you looking at, Big Tiny Racer? Hey, Sumana, how's it going? Hope you're well. I think we're going to go medium downforce sprint. No, you can open, so on the C63s, you can set suspension, throttle, and exhaust independent and traction independent of each other. Samsung Odyssey G7 43s. 43s of 1440. That'll be big pixels. Yeah, you can run an individual mode, which will give you pops and bangs, but it's a bit shabby. It's not good for the cats either. It's not good for the cat. Where is the garage? The garage cover always needs a refresh. Stupid, really. No, all you're doing with any Sports Plus, you're not getting any more response. You're moving up the throttle body. Sounds the same. It's just all it's doing is moving up the percentage of the throttle bodies. That's how Sports Plus works. So your pedal actuation is exaggerated because the curve, your throttle curve has changed. Just pin it. Pinning it is the same as pinning it no matter what you do. But it sounds the same. Do a little bit of practice. Feels really weird being in the rig. What do I think of Valkyries? Bag of poo. From the van to the rig, yeah. Valkyries are very small, Charlie. Valkyries are really, really small. Nah, I didn't want to take them again. It wouldn't have had any attention. It was just going to sit in the field. Are you talking about the race Valkyrie? Or are you talking about the road car? I wonder if I'm getting old and bitter. Because I just think you're just parking your car in a field. What's the point in bringing it? Oh, the LMDH car. Yeah, it sounds epic. I've got some great video. I've got some slow-mo video of it. We'll, I'll get that sorted. We'll get it up. Oh, I think we'll need about 15 litres. Let's put 20 in the tank and go qualify. Flex what? You're flexing it in the field. Okay, so we can't take that corner like that. On a 43, 1440, yes. What's the full resolution? Thing is, AJ, no matter what you turned up with, in the 26 hours, it's not fast. 5.5. It's not its 0 to 60. It's its agility. Your A45 probably wouldn't know where it went, because it's, especially on track. Your A45 would probably struggle to keep up. I'm not being rude. Yeah, from factory. Big GT3 in a Megane. Okay, so that's not 1440 then. That's 2160. That's a decent resolution for 43 inch. I've got a number of sets of wheels. I got Cup 2s and I got Pilot Sport 5s. Pilot Sport 5s make a really good wet day tire as well. Yes, they're more durable. They're better in the wet. I rode the PS4Ss on the Merc. They're better in the wet than the 4Ss. And they make a good all-round tire. They're great on track. They're great on track. And then the Cup 2s are just another level. They don't make a Pilot Sport for a 4S in an 18, you see. But I've said it before. Nah, Cup 2s in the road are fine. But at the price of Cup 2s, you don't want to be driving around. They last about 3,000 miles. We're slow. We're really slow. And we have. Yes, it will come down to the dynamics of the car, yeah. Standing water, I wouldn't be too happy in Cup 2s in. But the thing is, it isn't fast. It maxes out about 145. But it's so agile. It's set up for track from factory, so. And then full-on race seats, full-on harnesses, no normal belts, no airbags. When was the last thing it touched sunlight? Was October. Comes out every year. Comes out for summer. Tompkins, thanks for following. Appreciate it. No, it's just given its age now, and that you can't get parts for it. It's just like we reconditioned the underside of it about 2 years ago. I use it for track mostly rather than driving around. You gotta remember, it's 17 years old. Yes, all three. And the Cayman R. And the Cayman R. Driving the Cayman R at the moment. No way I'm getting rid of the McGann. No, I'm not running the motion rig, Mark. Yeah, we got two others as well, so we've got some dailies as well, so. Cayman's very special. They only built 1,400 of them. 354 of the McGann. And then the Merc is pretty much the daily. Mark, I am running haptic seat though. I'm using Sensed haptics for my seat, which are custom cushions per seat. I don't know about that engine, but I was told to only use a specific type of oil because it was a lot of the newer oils have low phosphor in them, and the V8's like a high phosphor oil. Oil changes seem to be key on it. Maintenance on the box. If you can extend the warranty, I'd extend the warranty for as long as you can. Porsche had to replace the box on the Cayman, and it was 24 grand, I think it was. Which made me want to extend the warranty on the Merc as well. Yeah, discs and pads are pretty straightforward. What are we thinking? Fuel, folks? Any idea on fuel, folks? No one? Put 35 in and see. It's only a 15-minute race, isn't it? 9 laps. 35 in. Try low down for us. Yeah, Cayman Islands 3.4. There's photos of it in my Discord. So that's about 1,300 kilos, 330 brake. They come with the side decal as standard. The Porsche piece down the door is standard on them. Hey, Evil Tech, hope you're well. Yeah, mine's got less miles than that. I think it's 40k on mine. There is a big pile up in third floor. Damn it. I still think I did everything I did. I still think I did everything I could do. Race insurance doesn't cover third parties. Damn. That was suboptimal. Wind it back out. Do you know some people don't even have a spotter? I think you should have bought iRacing as well. I was so nearly away. I so nearly got away with it. Let's watch it one more time. There was nowhere else to go. Good morning. Happy Monday to you. So nearly through it. Which is the most common car used in ring events? Probably GT3. You can join the Nürburgring Endurance Championship. How you getting on with LMU, D? Hey, Sabbath Dad. Can we not have all the fuel, please? I hate week 13. I would say you don't necessarily need cars for it. Extra cheer. Is it the Glen all week to the new week? Thanks very much, appreciate it. So what is it? GT3, LMP2 and Hypercar. Good afternoon, good morning, Etienne. Well, this is suboptimal. Yeah, I run about 15 Newton meters of torque. So the wheels, no, not at all. Look, the wheel is 25 and I run about 15. Feels real at 15. Feels light and gimmicky, a little low, anything lower than that. And then the sensor haptics tell me when I'm sliding and ABS is kicking in. Senior Mania, how's it going? Just take the wind out of me sometimes. I get motion sickness when I right foot brake. Because my head thinks I'm in a car. Hey, Brandon. Lemon was good, thanks. Thanks for following, appreciate it. Hey, Zach, hope you well. I think AO made more money out of merchandise than they did out of anything else. You're faster, go around them. Yes, GT3 cars are at Le Mans, yeah. No, there isn't a GT3 GR yet. Hasn't been announced yet, hasn't been launched. There'll be a 27 car, I expect. I don't enjoy 13. What's the rule on blue flag? What's the rule on blue flags? Somebody tell me what the rule is. Exactly, Senior Mania. Obviously don't know what the blue flag rule is, Ben. They're shouting at the guys to pull over when blue flag says be aware, faster car approaching. Yeah, I don't think the GR is coming out until 27. Well, in the official races, it will be balance of power, right? Balance of performance was there, right? You're doing very well, JLB. How are you? Yeah, there is a road-going version. That's the GRGT, and then the GT3 is the race version. Hey, question. I hope you're all. Thanks for liking live. I might set up a Le Mans practice server. What are you thinking about upgrading? Talk to me. Well, I don't think there was anything we could do. I'm not particularly fast around here in this car, but I don't think there's anything we could do in regards to avoiding that. I wouldn't bother with an R5 bundle. There, I said it. I wouldn't bother with an R5 bundle. Waste of time. Save your money. Do you have a rig? Do you have a sim rig? Buy a sim rig. Buy a load cell pedal. Keep your wheel. That'd be my advice. No, we're not going to say that. Moaning. We had a good time, yeah. We had a good time. I think I've come away thinking I need to give it a break again for a while. You know? No, I need to give Le Mans a break for a while. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, kind of knew it going down. Yeah. Le Mans, so a friend of mine came. I was his best man 10 years ago. And he came last minute and he said, hey, turns out I'm going to Le Mans. Are you heading down? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, what time are you heading down? And blah, blah, blah. And I told him all that. And he was like, wow, so how good is it going to be? And I was like, okay, I don't want to pee on your parade, but he spent a week with me at Nürburgring and he was in and out of the Manthai garages and the Nissan garages and whatnot. And I was like, "You're not going to get that experience." And he's like, "Really?" And I was like, "Yeah, you're going to pay some money. You're going to pay overpriced money for underpriced beer, and you're going to sit so far away from the track that you'll see more of it on television." And I caught up with him on Saturday. I caught up with him on Friday, and then I caught up with him mid-race Saturday. And mid-race Saturday, he said to me, "You're right. It's where you go to watch the really rich. The really rich go to watch the phenomenally rich, or you go to watch the rich, and they go to watch the really rich. The really rich go to watch the phenomenally rich, and the phenomenally rich race. And you could drop 10 grand at Le Mans and not be any closer to the track. Do you know what I mean? It's a money race, not a, you know what I mean? It's a corporate race. If you want to, like even last year, like we had some amazing access last year because we knew some people in the pits, and some timings were right, and we were able to get hold of a buggy. We didn't get hold of a buggy this year. We were meant to be on the start finish for the start of the race, but some things fell apart last minute. One of the teams didn't make the crashed out. So we had to we were getting tickets from them, and they were gone by the time we got there and whatnot. Hey Jordan. How much is it for a standard ticket? I don't know. If I'm honest with you, AJ. But a standard ticket will get you so far back in the fence. And I've seen what 25 grand a ticket buys you, and you're still not close enough. It's a corporate thing. And even when we were in the pits last year, for example, Aston Martin were rotating their hospitality through in 15-minute windows. So they'll bring you down to the pits, you'll stand in the back, you got 15 minutes and then bugger off, and you're paying a lot of money for that. It's definitely second to F1. It's definitely F1, and I'm very critical of F1. People know that, but F1 is not a spectator's game. F1 is a TV game, and it's a corporate game. If you want access, you need to be a corporate. You need to be a sponsor. You need to have your sticker on the back of a. You know, is this just for Le Mans or all of WEC? The other races in WEC are less so, but equally so, if that makes sense. So the Silverstone race, you could spend a couple of £100 on a ticket. It will get you a grandstand seat, and you'll be by design of the track, you're not up close and personal. Like Nürburgring, the only thing you can't do at Nürburgring is go in the pits. You can walk around the back of the garages, you can walk around the awnings. You can go out into the forest and watch them race. You can go stand at the Armco in the forest and watch them race through it. Regardless of being there, looking at broadcasts every week or month, F1 and WEC are an arm and a leg. They are indeed. It's just they're TV races. Like the coverage in Le Mans is fantastic on television. It's absolutely fantastic. We went to Porsche Curves for the opening. We stood at the back of the crowd. We could see the cars going by, but from an experience point of view, Nürburgring's definitely the GOAT. From an experience point of view, you're far away from it. 5 cars go by, you wait 3.5 minutes, or 20 cars go by, you wait 3.5 minutes. 20 cars go by again, and you don't feel like you've had the experience of it. But if you're clever, Sabbath Dad, a lot of the teams will show you GT3. They'll show you the LMP2s, so you can multi-screen and watch. You can watch Le Mans. Le Mans, like I'm looking forward to watching Le Mans this week because I'll see more. Like we watched the last 15. We left at 2:00. That's the other thing you need to do. You need to leave early. We left at 2:00. So we watched the last 15 minutes when we got home here last night. We knew it happened. We'd heard about it, but yeah. So I think I'm kind of. Maybe we give it a break next year. That's kind of where my head is. Right now, I'm thinking about hosting a server. I'm thinking I'll throw up a Le Mans server. It's a great track. It's a great track. I'd love to come to Daytona, Sabadat. I'd love to come to Daytona. And I nearly pulled Daytona off as media about 6, 7 years. Well, it was just before COVID. It was literally before COVID. I was meant to be in Atlanta for work. Daytona was the weekend, and Mount Panorama was the weekend after that. Hey, Sean, hope you're well. NASCAR at Spa. Okay. Good luck with that. Have they? The thing is, is it a free is it a free car or is it a paid car? Because I don't think I'd use it. Yeah, I don't think I'd use it. You see, right, right, got you, got you. Euro NASCAR is a fun car, says Senior Mania. Somebody asked me about Spa. Spa is a different race, and Spa has far more access than Le Mans. And the great thing about Spa is it's on the side of a hill, so you're typically higher than it. The problem with Le Mans is it's flat, so you're three catch fences away from everything all the time. So your viewing restriction is limited, and then all the good viewing is off limits because the private campsites have taken them. So at the end of Porsche curves, which would have been brilliant to look down from to Arnage, there's a private campsite you can't see. They've just cordoned it off, so all you can see is the left or right bank. Spa doesn't have that. Spa, you can walk around, you can walk under the circuit and go onto the inside. Um, I got pics of the hill. Which hill? I got some video from the yeah. So I did some video over the top of the crowd. I tried to do some atmospheric stuff. Um, I got have I got pics of Spa? Which chicane? The bus stop. Yeah, I'm sure I've got stuff for the bus stop. You got to remember um these tracks are rented out to the organization to run it for the weekend. Now, I don't know what the entry ticket is for the 6 hour at Spa, but it's definitely a race I'd go to. I'm looking forward to the. I don't think it's quite 1,000 kilometers coming back to Silverstone next year. Um, but yeah, Le Mans is very corporate now, very very corporate. You know, it's yeah, it's access is limited by money. Is parking good at Spa? No. Best experience ever was getting to see Spa. Yeah. No, parking isn't. I'm glad that I have a press pass to get into parking up Spa. I would expect you. I would expect you. You park with your tent. And let's see if we can get some photos of Spa. Um, what do we got? See, there's your typical. That's Brussels. I'll just pull this into size and then pull it back for you. That's Brussels. Um, yeah, I'd say get camping at Spa and park your car there. They're not an autobahn, but they're yeah, they are narrow because it's on the side of the hill. It's the old Spa track. But your idea is sabotage of narrow. I would call them normal country roads in the UK. Americans really struggle with UK roads because they're so narrow. But you know, at the end of the day, it's across two villages, right? Yeah. Like I used to take my R26R to Spa just to drive around the roads, or drive around the country roads. But the Americans have I've worked with Americans. I'm not just being generalistic. Um, Americans have they have a proximity issue with cars. They don't like driving close. Like we drive so much closer to cars, and if you drive in Belgium, if you leave a gap on the auto route in Belgium that's 3 inches bigger than the car that's trying to indicate into it, they'll take it, and then they'll indicate. But that's a spectator view from Spa. You can see that view from Spa. Bender Kev, thanks very much for subscribing for 12 months in a row. I do appreciate it. The support is greatly appreciated. What other Spa images do we have? Yeah, look. That's a spectator view. Have I got an AMG GT3 at Spa at Les Combes? What, like that? That's a spectator view. I used to do some photos for some guys at Black Falcon. So yeah, I've got a few AMG GT3s. There's 3 of them. Take your pick. Which is your favorite color? Yeah, they're a great car. Don't know if I have a black one. Oh, I have got a black one. Not a Spa though. More Spa. I do have a black one. I have a black one here somewhere. Here, look. If you want to see, like, here, look. This is the great thing about Spa. Wet and gritty. Wet and gritty. So the 24-hour is a long night race. Doesn't get any more wet and gritty than that. Some more wet and gritty Spa. That's the kind of weather you just go out for. You go out to make photos with, right? No, that's 300 mil. It's not a zoom, it's a prime. You've sorted your rig out. Get into the voice if you can, Kev. Spa can be wet. Spa can be wet. Kev was looking for a black. Oh, here we go. Black AMG GTR. Doesn't come much meaner than that. Doesn't come much meaner than that. Like, can you imagine the little 2 series, little 1 series that was crapping itself as that beast is coming up behind it? Get out of my way. Excuse me, mate. I'm in a bit of a rush. Would you mind getting the fuck out of my way? Do you think he was on the radio going, blue flag, blue flag, blue flag? Blue flag, mate. Mate, blue flag. Blue flag, mate. Le Mans was great, but I just said I think I've come away thinking I need a break from Le Mans. It was just like, um, I'm very fortunate that I have some high standards to meet because I've worked circuits, right? But like, I'm going to sit down and watch the race at some point. You know? Yeah, but the access isn't great at Le Mans. That's the um. Yeah, I've been in GT3 car, AJ. Um, yeah, I think it's just, it's good. We had a good time and I enjoyed it. There was nothing to complain about. Just it's kind of like you don't really get to see the race, and no amount of normal. It's like going to Las Vegas. You can go to Vegas and spend 500 quid and still be wanting more. You can go to Las Vegas and spend 5 grand and still be wanting more. You can go to Las Vegas and spend 50 grand and still be wanting more. You can go to Las Vegas and spend 5 million and still be wanting more. Do you know what I mean? It's that kind of event, isn't it? It's difficult in that respect, because corporate has a hold of it so much. So your access is limited by your wealth. Yeah. Well, Nuremberg hasn't quite hit the corporate paywall yet. That's the thing that's quite cool about it. Nurburgring hasn't got to that corporate paywall yet. Yeah, it's still there customer cars with factory backing, if that makes sense. So like as a customer racing car, you can go out to the truck and buy parts from the factory, but you're going to pay for it. Do you know what I mean? As opposed to it's a factory team. And I think the days of factory teams are dying. Like the fact that I think there was 2 Porsches in the whole race, maybe 3 Porsches in the whole race. And, Manthai is no longer a Porsche as of next year, I think it is. So car industry is in big trouble, and the motorsport end of the car industry is suffering as a result of it, because the bean counters just won't let you run a race team, and more independently wealthy people are starting to move their money from motorsport to other events. So it's difficult times. I don't think I don't think the general public realizes how difficult it actually is, if that makes sense. The prices have gone up, um, and the audience is being reduced on a daily, weekly basis. And unless you've got TV, um, you're going to struggle with a series. So Sabbath, the reason they don't is they don't have the budget, and they had to cut one and keep on. They could only keep one, so their market is America. They've got customer cars in America, whereas they don't have customer cars in Europe. The customer race series. It's pretty easy, Senior Mania. There's the IMSA series, which is endurance racing in America. There's the World Endurance Championship, which is another less regionalized race series that incorporates some of those cars. And then the ACO run Le Mans, and Le Mans runs into both of those. You're surprised Merc doesn't have a hypercar. Take it easy, Kev. You're surprised Merc doesn't have a hypercar. Merc is working on a GT3 new race car, which I think is going to be 2028 now. The challenge is when you're financially restrained, what's your hypercar budget? And who's your customer that's buying it? And what does spending a couple of 100 million on a hypercar project get you from sales? It's not a it's not a race car though. It's not a it's not. They couldn't really because it's an F1 engine. It wouldn't homologate. You know, and to be fair, I've a friend of mine who's I'm not allowed to share it, but I've got a photo on my phone of a guy I know who has one, and his mountain bike is leaning against it in the garage because he thinks it's a bag of poo. Because there was a lot of problems with those cars when they were sold, and AMG's management division is no longer the management division it was, and there's no interest in solving the problems. So um, they're going to become collectibles, but they're going to become undrivable collectibles. It's a bit like a lot of La Ferraris on a do not drive at the moment because the battery tech is out of date and they have no replacement battery tech. So whilst you have a £3 million La Ferrari, can't actually drive it anywhere. Same with P1s. McLaren P1s have the same issue. Yeah, Almeida. Hope you're well. I think that's going to be years though. Yeah. Yeah. What's today's plan? I'm actually thinking about firing up a server and well, yeah, but like, oh, sorry, Senior Mania says I think it's crazy that NASCAR owns IMSA, but I don't know if it still is the case. I'm pretty sure it is. NASCAR was the largest motorsport in the world, so I don't see why they wouldn't own it. Yeah, I think I might open up a server for. We'll do an hour of hosted. We'll do them all. If there isn't a server already, if there is, I'll dive into one. Hey, Factus, hope you well. Yeah, so I'm glad I went, but I think I'll skip it next year. I think I'd rather do a track day. I don't think there is a Le Mans event soon because we had our Le Mans event last weekend. Right, let's go open up a server. May I ask why I'd rather skip it next year? You're thinking of going, so be like, so Brandon, I'd say if you said to me, should I go to Le Mans or should I go to Nürburgring? I'd say save your money and go to Nürburgring and thank me later. It's a much, 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 much better race, much better environment, much more competition, much less corporate. Um, what in Nürburg? Yeah, here, look, here's a photo of the start of Nürburgring. That's 10 minutes before the start of the race. You see that? Because they let everybody walk out with the cars. Yeah. That was the other thing. Better food. Yeah. Yeah. And you walk out with your team. So they let the public into the pit lane, and I'll show you. I'll see if I can find one of the photos. I've only got a limited bunch of photos here on this machine. But I'll see if I can find one of the photos where I'm walking out with the team. Um, I know I have one. But you walk out with the team with your car, pushing the car out. It's nuts. It's just there's so much to that place. It's just nuts. I know I've got a picture of a Fiesta at least, where I'm walking behind the Fiesta and I was taking a photo of the Fiesta for a client. And that's the other thing. It's like GT3 car, Fiesta, Clio, Astra, 911 GT3R. You know, it's like as a kid, here you go. As a kid, when you used to play with all your cars and it didn't matter what, not so much, it always mattered what scale they were. You always had to have the same scale. But it didn't matter whether it was a Porsche against a Fiesta or whether it was a Ferrari against a, bus. You played with all your cars together. You know what I mean? Mortgages don't even come into it, Brandon. It's not even like you can fork out a mortgage to get to it. Mortgages don't even come into it. That's the thing. Let's do open practice. I think it's 85 euros for a week's ticket at Nürburgring. Much better trackside environment. Yeah. Nürburgring's amazing. I think I'm going to do Le Mans. Used car classes. Let's do GT3. IMSA GT3. GT3 class. Select. Or is there a GT3 class 2026? Have they? Really? Let's add another car class to that. Let's do LMP2. It's 217, isn't it? Let's do Porsche Cup as well. No, it's an endurance race. We're not doing Formula cars. That'll do us. Right, and we're doing track. Do LEMANS. I don't follow Formula One, but I saw some of the highlights of it. I had a guest in the house last night, so it was like, but I haven't watched Formula One for years. Again, it's not. Maybe I'm being a snob, but it's not pure enough for me. It's not. It's like it's a bit. Hey, head to say, hope you well. It's a bit too organized for me. That makes sense. It's a bit too corporate. It's a bit too made for television. Bit too made for television. Politics of Formula One annoys me. Does that make sense?
Centermania says right this year I haven't watched Formula at all, really.
Yeah, the politics of it. But every week should be a great race, right? Right. So we've opened up a free server. No passwords. Open to
Centermania
all.
says I have watched more IndyCar than Formula One.
We could not host a session with overlap a scheduled server. Have we got a scheduled session? We got a scheduled session in 12 minutes. Damn it. Yes, I'm looking forward to WEC returning to Silverstone. I think you'll get more access at WEC than Silverstone than you will at Le Mans. Well, so we got 12 minutes of chatting and there's nothing we can do. Unless we go race something else. We won't be doing that then.
Centermania says demo drive will be available.
Do you know I've never done demo drive? I've never done demo drive. Tickets go live tomorrow. You just got to B class. Well done, Head State.
Centermania says you should treat out the Euro car during the time.
Yeah, doesn't really interest me though. What GT3 should you buy? Are you going to do it? Are you going to do a season, Hesitate? Yeah, we could do a bit of practice for 12 minutes. That's true. We can do a bit of practice for 12 minutes. That works. Good thinking. Probably the regionals. And you have got a GT3 car already. I think the BMW is probably going to be the most stable, but it'd be dull. I find the BMW is a bit dull. It's fast, but it just sounds like So Gino, thanks for looking out for me. I did have a good time. I did genuinely, like I've come back, like I don't want to be peeing on the parade. I've come back and I did have a good time. I had a great time. But I kind of think I need to give it a break again now.
Centermania says I want to get the new BMW Hybrid V8 Evo.
I think the BMW is the only car I don't have. Say again? No, you're clipping. Come in, Ice Station Zebra. Ice Station Zebra, do you read me over?
Centermania says I have the $4 iRacing credits to do it, but I want to save it for a track, I think.
Somebody was running Sebring on this car. Road Atlanta is probably fairly similar to it.
Centermania says I have 26 tracks to buy.
Why do you have 26? You don't need to collect them all, surely. I would focus on the tracks that I've got coming up in this season and go with that.
Centermania says yeah, that's what I normally do. I just completed my NASCAR collection.
Where is my chat gun? Hang on, we need to get chat back. Seen the dog. Funny man. That's my friend's old livery. Momo GT. You're back. It's gonna hurt. Don't drink and drive, folks. You might spill it. Wow. I thought it was a mosquito. In fact, this is impressive. I got the wasp on the blue barrier.
Centermania says, I think I am going to do the 6 hours at the Glen.
Cool. Be a good race.
Centermania says, I went from a Mustang lover to a Porsche lover.
Welcome to the real world.
Centermania says, I even got the Porsche mission on.
God help you. Even Porsche abandoned that project.
Centermania says, didn't they create 3 other cars for that project?
The Mission Ore project, I think they ended up making the Cayman electric out of it. Yeah, Almeida, welcome back. The whole thing's been scrapped out.
Centermania says Porsche Mission X, Mission E, and Mission R.
No, this is just practice because they wouldn't let me host because they're going to go to downtime. I'll do a host this afternoon. Hey, Rach. I'm just using Sebring. I didn't know there was a walk control. Or 12 arrived tomorrow. Cool. Ah, cool. Didn't see that. Thanks, sir. No, I think the project's dead now, Senior Mania. You gotta remember, Porsche have no money anymore. Say again? No, they're losing money hand over fist at the moment. Yeah. Yeah, now they're in the... No. No, they're in the poo-poo big time. Big time. Check out their financial reports.
Centermania says, oh no, I can't lose my Porsche.
Yeah, they're in huge bother. Oversold. Overstocked. Dealers have 5 and 6 cars per dealer in the UK. Yeah, big poo-poo. I was in my local dealer recently, it was dead. All car companies, factories, right. All car companies, like Volkswagen, has to make 50,000 redundancies in the next year. Stellantis has to shut down 2 car companies. Volvo is worth
Centermania
pennies.
says tell Ford to purchase them.
Ford is in the stuck as well. Ford borrowed $9 billion from the US government. They've written off $19 billion of lack of EV sales. Last year they had 92,000 unsold EV cars in the US alone. We're all in trouble. Struggling to hear you over the sound of this car.
MK11 says wasn't it VW that bought Porsche that was a big short squeeze like GameStop?
Yeah, you're right, MK11. Basically, it's now I think it's now a Harvard business study, case study. It's known as the man-eating lion. Basically, Porsche needed to develop new chassis, and didn't have the money to develop new chassis. So what they did was they bought a controlling arm in Volkswagen, so that they could control what was being built by Volkswagen, and Volkswagen they knew that Volkswagen would feel threatened by this. So in doing so, it enabled them to be able to be, Volkswagen made the decision to buy them. Can you just give me a radio check again, Ollie?
Centermania says as a poor man I will take their EVs for dirt cheap.
But their EVs weren't actually that reliable. That was the other issue. Ollie, give me a radio check again.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you guys hear Ollie?
Centermania says dang I am screwed raw.
1 2 1 2.
Like factors. Hey, Tad Savage coming up. No, that's not basic Ollie. He's much cooler than basic Ollie.
That is basically me.
Basically, it's not basic Ollie.
Centermania says basically this is cool Wally and the other one is just basic lol.
Let's just check the volume on this. Exit. 2 seconds. Audio. I wonder if this is a black or isn't. No. I wonder why I'm struggling to hear him. Always whack them up on. Let's whack them 2%. Basic Ollie, do you hear me?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, cool, great. That's gonna hurt. You know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put the racing line on because I can. Turn up with the pit limiter on. Finish you up shortly. Don't know. Haven't seen him. At the back. Did you get a remote for your radio, Factus? I had a remote for my Sony radio. Remember when car radios came in for red remotes? Or am I just showing my age? Remote controls are useless in a car? I don't think so. What about if you're on the back seat? Oh, hang on a second. Your car doesn't have back seats. What was the total cost of my trip to Le Mans? A lot. So, let me put it this way. There was a lot that I probably won't be paying for. I think we were given our tickets. I think we were given our camping. Well, I think you're probably looking at about over £1,000.
NetC74 says blink if it was too much.
And there's me getting annoyed when I go to Brands Hatch for £20 for 2 tickets. And you can only see half the track.
Well, it was 340 quid for the train. Plus 100 quid in fuel. Plus tickets. I don't think we paid for tickets. I'm not sure what the score was on the camping, and I'm not sure what the score was on the food. So 5 here at least. It'll be at least 500 quid. Messi said blink if I think it's too much.
We should do a Billy coach to Nord's 24-hour.
Oh, that'd be cool. I'd happily arrange that. I could talk to some people I know who do events, camping events.
Yes.
Met-C74 says, can't you write it down as business expenses?
Definitely from a content and a meetings point of view. But you know, much like the joke, somebody has to pay for it. You still have to pay for it. Like, one of the guys bought a plate of cheese. No, he bought a plate of chopped sausage. Probably half a length of French baguette, 3 squares of butter, and a little like ice cream tub of pate. And that was 25 euros. So Metzi, you're in Oz, so let's call that $45. Yeah. It was basically one like Parma ham style sausage, you know, like one Italian sausage.
Met-C74 says, no, I am in London.
Oh, I thought you were in Oz. Sorry, Metzi. Why did I think you were in Oz? Yeah. It wouldn't have been a stick. It wouldn't have been a Waitrose French baguette. Wouldn't have been that much. Be about that much. Hey, Marcus. Chopped into 3 pieces with butter, with a little plate of chopped sausage and a little tub, like a little Haagen-Dazs tub of pate, and that was 25 euros.
Met-C74 says, I am from the great southern land.
But you're residing in the UK. Do you come from a land down under? There's a joke in there if you're old enough. Great song. Great song.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Brilliant song. Almost as good as Beds Are Burning. I have to play Beds Are Burning afterwards. £10 for a pint? €10 for a pint? I didn't buy much up there. Oh, that was the other thing. The little Rexy, there was a stuffed Rexy toy about that size. Little stuffed Rexy keyring toy. €32. I'm sorry. 55 euros for a Rexy t-shirt. €30, 35 euros for a baseball cap. I can't do it. I'm not tight, but I can't do it. I just think, you know what? I'll come home and in a week's time, I'll order one of those LEMANS caps online for about 40% of what you would have paid for it on the day. Maybe I'm just old and miserable. I don't think there's any food in Nuremberg that's 25 euros. I'm just a Nuremberg fanboy, aren't I?
I always blame the event organisers for the food costs.
Oh, do you know what? You're not wrong, but at the same time, they're not making no money out of it. I know a merchandise company that the last time I worked Le Mans, they came back with €1 million in coin. And they got back to Milton Keynes and didn't know what to do with the coin, and the answer was just leave it in the bag and we'll bring it back to Europe when we go back next time. And that must be 20 years ago.
Especially when you go to the smaller race events and things like that.
Yeah.
You haven't got as much foot traffic going forward. Like the food vendors there. Yeah, they're hardly scraping by.
But I think the same about Diddley Scott Farm. You know, Jeremy Clarkson's farm, I'm like, I have no interest in going. Struggling to hear you again. I've got you up at 200% as well.
Am I really quiet? Sorry.
You got a little bit louder there, but it might be the whine of the engine, but I've got the engine turned down, and I've got you at 200%.
See what I can do.
Ooh, that's better.
So I've boosted the level on my microphone. Is that better?
It is, but it's almost blowing now, so probably come down 2%, 3%.
How about that?
Yeah, that's better. Yeah, I'm not, like, I don't see the point in going to Clarkson's farm, because it is just a farm in Shipping North. You know? Hey, Voxidian, hope you're well.
I do really support his whole ethos around his pub, though.
Yeah. But like, 22 quid for a starter.
Cinemania says at F4CK7 because he still hasn't answered.
What haven't I answered, senior mate? Good luck with the moving out of Obsidian. Where are you moving to?
Centermania says no Metsi didn't answer our question.
I didn't hear the question. No, Metsi's from Australia.
See, I'm looking through his menu at the moment. Maximum £12 for a starter, £26 or £28 for a main.
Okay, that's not so bad.
That's not too bad, and considering it's all British.
But 12 quid for a starter is a lot, right?
It
And then what?
is.
12 quid for dessert.
Yeah.
Well, the dessert should be about 6 or 8 quid, right?
Yeah.
Like 8
So
quid's
I
dear
would
for
say
the-
he's
8 quid for like a pie apple pie or a crumble or something, or a sticky toffee pudding.
Yeah, he's
with ice cream. He's
so
a bit
his,
trumpy, right?
his
You'd be like, "Hang on a
tarts
minute."
and rhubarb thing and everything is £12. What I would say is too expensive. Like, I agree with you, that should be £8-9. Cheese balls £14.
Met C74
Or sharing
says,
cheese
sorry
balls,
guys, I thought you were joking
£22.
about Alabama being great.
Like, give me an idea. What's 12 quid for the starter? Bread.
Breaded brie, tomato chutney, focaccia, pork fritters, apple and celeriac, salad.
12 quid. It's all low. It's all low.
$11.50,
Low cost, right?
cold smoked bilberry trout, salad, horseradish and sourdough. This is a bit of an insane one. Depends what mushrooms they're using in it. But creamy garlic mushrooms, focaccia and a poached egg, £12.
Yeah.
That one's a bit. But
2 seconds. So, Voxidian, are you moving to Cornwall or are you moving from Cornwall? Good morning, Tiny Trump. Hope you're well. Good afternoon, even. We're not going to get this race, but we'll start it anyway. Now, double that. That's 100 quid. Starter, main, dessert. It's 100 quid.
yes,
You're moving to Cornwall. Do they have internet down in Cornwall?
but you would easily go spend that in a chain and not be receiving British farm produce. 100%.
I hear what you're saying, but I also have the issue of spending 100 quid in a chain.
Yeah, and I don't go to chains. I hate them.
So maybe I'm just out of touch. Maybe I'm just out of touch, but I hate spending 100 quid in a chain. I hate spending £10.89 in a McDonald's for a burger. Like, when did a burger at McDonald's become £10 or 8 quid or whatever it is for a burger and 10 quid for a meal? It's fracking
Centermania says, I am dead. Is Cornwall not civilized?
Cornwall, no. I think they stopped flying pigeons recently. Voxidian will tell you whether they did or not. No, Cornwall's lovely. It's just it's down there. What time did we do on that? He's from Perth, Western Australia. Yeah, well.
Centermania says, I see when you asked about them having internet, I was laughing.
Yeah. And I'm only poking Voxidian. I've got the racing line on. I don't care.
Here's one the Australians should enjoy. So, on the topics of chain restaurants and everything like that. So, one of our largest steakhouse in the UK, Beefeater, all of their steak comes from Australia.
Centermania says at Met-C74 nice, do you run into a lot of snakes?
Don't think he does when he's in London. Right, we are P11. Let's see if we can survive the first lap. Siri, cancel.
Good luck. Is this your hosted?
No. No, they wouldn't let me host a race because the servers were going down. I don't know why they're doing scheduled. I thought they would have taken it down tonight.
Met-C74 says only some of the guys down the road. Centermania says at Met C74, that's valid.
Bad start for someone. That's close. Close to that wall.
You touched it.
I think I might have. It didn't go up as a 0x. I think I might have. I heard something.
Should have a nice running. Always forget about the stream today.
You always forget about that?
Stream delay.
Yeah. Losing the drag. Wow, 144.
Is this the same as NASCAR limits? Can you go all the way out
No.
to the wall in turn one?
No.
Because I know the 6 hours at Glen is using that.
All right. Your best friend got you a sim rig. Fantastic. NASCAR can't do it anymore. Apparently, they installed tire packaging.
Centermania says the servers just went down for maintenance.
Yes, they did. And that's lunch. We'll wait till we get kicked. There we go. Right. I suppose best friend. No, I don't forget you're a woman. I knew you were a woman. I just didn't want to assume. I just thought BF was best friend. I don't forget you're a woman. See everyone the same. Play Laser Blast. All right, let's find somebody to raid, and I will. I'll go take the break while it's here. Bedtime anyway. We've done a couple of hours. Raideroo, who's around? Let's see. Maybe we'll host a session in the afternoon. We are 9 followers off 3,500 on Twitch. 9 followers off.
Yeah, I'll be hosting a couple sessions in the Euro NASCAR round Brands Hatch anyway.
You and that Euro NASCAR. You're gonna make me buy it. It's gonna be a waste of $14.
Oh, it's not. Honestly, Docs enjoys it. George enjoys it. Cuds enjoys it. Joe enjoys it. Everyone loves this thing at the minute. You know you're going to enjoy it. It's a handful. You got to drive it, like in the sense that, yeah, it's not a breeze.
Yeah.
It's very, very easy to overdrive.
Is it?
Yeah. It's one of them cars where you kind of got to underdrive it to go quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. We'll have a look. I don't know this guy, David John Gibbons, but we'll give him a raid. Snoopy, thanks for following. I do appreciate it. What's 8, J Grant? We need 8. Oh, 8 followers. Yeah, now we need 7. We need 7 followers to get to 3,500 on Twitch. We need a couple of hundred to get to 2,000 on YouTube. I'll get off. I'll go make some lunch. I will see you in a couple of hours. Thank you. It's good to be back. I missed you. Genuinely missed you. I sat there going, I want to go racing. I sat there watching the cars. I was up at 2 o'clock in the morning, watching them coming down under the to Tete Rouge. Going, I actually said the guys I'm with were race car drivers. And I was like, it always throws me off the blue line there. And they're like, what? And I was like, when you go through that corner, you go out onto the blue line. Like, well, you're doing it wrong. And then the next minute, this LMP2 came around and out onto the blue line. And I was like, I must be doing it right. Right, guys, I'm off. I'll see you in a couple of hours once this comes back up. We'll host a server in the afternoon. Or we might join Ollie's NASCAR, Euro, NASCAR, Yeehaw, Crash, Brands Hat.
Oh,
We'll
yeah.
see. We'll see. Right, I'm out. I'll talk to you later. Look after yourselves. Look after each other. Thanks very much. Let's get the raid going. Morning, John. Thanks for dropping in. We're just dropping out for a couple of hours. The server's been updated, so I will speak to you on the other side. Take care. Bye for now. Ciao. Bye.
I love having a grip through this section.